the tier 3. Static Link, it doesn't go very long, but now they've got the silence. They have the buyback coming from the Bat Rider. There's the Ice Path. Can they get Rezo? The pushback, it saves his life. Oh, Jerax is there, and now you've got to get out for HR. You still have this Aegis, and they will use it. They jump into the Ice Path. They're looking for Liquid Fire. Jerax is getting low. That is just the Aegis gone, and now 3-3 starting to fight as well, but he's low. This is looking really bad for HR and OG. They're turning it around. Ravage is not up for another 2 seconds. Finally, it is. Maybe he'll commit the Ravage here. A double kill for No Tail. 3 down. What a fight coming in. They'll take 4. The sole survivor is going to be Kaiser and OG. They turn it around again.
Oh my god, Mo, at the beginning of that forward up on the high ground, but OG were already ready for it. They had a sentry there, they saw it, and they all started walking up. Bambo blinked in on top of Resolution's Weaver, and he tried to break the Lincolns with his force staff, but he clicked himself. He was in front of all their
Oh no.
instantly.
No,
and then
Bambo.
he bought back, came back to try to salvage the fight, and died again.
Oh my god. You don't expect that to happen. That's not good for Bambo. The large rupture coming out. It will have the AC on the Razor at the very least. Also not used there for OG. So now things get a bit dicey for HR. They've done OG, and now it's a 3K net worth lead. This is starting to look a little bit more tough as there's a lot more farm coming out for Rezo as well.
Yeah, that mistake up there was not looking... I don't know what, that was so bad. They had a pretty good opportunity to take the fight, and they just happened to mess it up a little bit, and now they're on the back foot here.
It's one fight like that that OG can capitalize on, but can HR bounce back? They're still farming. Resolution's nearby. He has the Lincoln Sphere again. Got a couple of deep wards for OG. J4 looking like a juicy target. Glimmer Cape to come in. Resolution, they'll dust him up. There's the Ice Path. Doesn't get off in time. J4 is in a whole lot of trouble. I think he's just dead, actually. Ice Path comes out. His team won't help. They have to run. They're afraid of the Bloodseeker with Bloodright. And now it's split push time for HR.
You know what the worst part about all these events are? Look at the wards on HR. They're all inside the base of OG on their side of the map, ready for this high ground push, and now they've been kicked out of that area. Now it's them playing on their side of the map with no vision.
Oh, man, that mistake, the Bambo jump in. Not great. All right, well, where do you go from here? I guess you don't have Aegis anymore. Wait for Roshan, maybe?
I mean, they're still farming, right? The longer this game goes, they'll get BKBs. Ravage won't be that big of a deal for these cores. Razor already has his. And it's still like, this Bloodseeker's kind of a spellcaster, right? He has the Aghanims, Midas, Sanjin, Joshua. He's not that big of a threat right-click-wise. It's just Hellraisers need to build to be able to stand and fight. And Razor has the AC, very tanky, working on the Butterfly. Lycan's actually going for quite the unusual build, I'd say. Oh, not that unusual. He has Solar Crest, but he's going to get a Blade Mail up against the Bloodseeker, which is pretty good. He gets Rupture, the ult, and just run around in circles until this Bloodseeker dies.
Yeah. And there's the BKB on Rezo. That might be the biggest item out of all of them. And if you can get it off in time without getting lasted, they can find something. This could be huge for OG. They're walking straight in. It is daytime. It's the best possible time for them to smoke. They've got the Ravage back up. They'll lead the way with Rezo. He's going to Scoochie on through. No Tail's walking in as well. There's a ward in the lane, which will spot out Milan here in a moment. They're going to go for him, perhaps. The tier 2 is still up. I don't know if they're too afraid of diving this. They're looking for a great Ravage sitting in the middle of the lane. Here they come. Milan. Darkness popped. He'll try to get on the high ground. Can't quite do it, and he's in trouble. Jump in. Telekinesis. They've got at least the blood right down as well. Kaiser trying to man fight BKB. They have that. Oh, they've got the lasso. Resolution's in trouble. They've already broken the Lincoln Sphere. He's down. Rezo stays too long, and Fly might be next. He will get off the Ghost Scepter, but he is still burning alive. They're going to look for more. S4. He's got the Ravage. He might have to use it here. They're going to back up. Bloodright comes in again. They don't have the shapeshift, but there's the Ice Path coming through. S4 still very tanky, the Solar Crest on him. They're going to body block him here. They're looking for more damage. Kaiser's not running it. He's a little bit low. He needs to be careful. Plasma Field coming on through. Ravage committed. Now the turn in. Jerax looking for a target. There's going to be the Static Link onto Jerax. Now S4's going to be in trouble. They're turning. They've got the Necro units. They'll take him down for 50 seconds. He's got buyback, and look at this. They're pushing straight in. Night Stalker, the only casualty coming in from Hellraisers. The buyback comes in from S4. They've got one on the Rubik, but he's up in 12 seconds anyways. No Ravage available. The tier 3 tower. They've already taken one top lane. Look, will come out. Now 3-3 might be in trouble. The Bloodright coming through. Getting a little bit low. Kaiser goes to work on the tower. There's going to be the Eye of the Storm. Now the Rupture comes out. He's in trouble. The Glimmer Cape will go. Static Link. S4. He can't afford to die. He might go down the Flame Break. He's solo, but they cannot chase him down. Shapeshift coming through. And now they push in. Oh, beautiful Jerax play there.
Oh, man.
That was huge. They bring down the Razor with that push. 3-3 will TP out. J4 as well trying to, but it looks like he will get dropped. Excellent play. S4 staying alive, and Jerax with a huge play. The Glimmer Cape, and you're dead. Wow.
All right. Still a big win there for HR. Man, that previous fight on top of that was just fight after fight, man. The fights where Night Stalker's standing right now, that was so good for them. They managed to get the lasso off onto Resolution when his BQ or when his Lincolns was popped, kill him before the time lapse came out, and now this isn't over yet.
They're looking for Kid. Bambo in trouble. Milan diffused down. He looks like he will fall. OG, no, this is the time to strike. Milan still running. Darkness to come through. Maybe they can get him out. The swarm's there. They're not going to go any further, as that would be under the tier 2 tower. Okay, they almost get the kill. And, you know, say what you will about these long respawn times, but they've been going for both sides. It's in 1 minute, 12 seconds now. And OG, that was the first thing they did. They looked inside the Roche pit, and it's still not there, and it's not going to be there until Kaiser is up.
Yep, very nice. We've got a real game here now.
Back and forth we go, Brax. Oh, I love it. I love it.
That's what it's all about. So, there is a blade mill up on Lycan. I don't know if you've seen this before, but the first person I saw was Envy do it, and I thought, oh, it's pretty smart. Because typically Lycan has a larger health pool, especially at nighttime with Howl, than Bloodseeker, but this Bloodseeker is so fun. Right, he's got 3,000 health, Lincoln, Sanji, Yasha, Aghanims. Usually you can just run around and kill the Bloodseeker like that by killing yourself, and you'll still survive, but not this case.
Yeah. And No Tail, I mean, it's kind of crazy, Hero. Now they're going to jump onto J4. He's in trouble. Ravage is available, by the way. Ice Pad will come through. They're jumping in. Lincoln Sphere is broken, but Kid couldn't quite get the lasso off. So the Balan, not where you want to be. He's blown up. Should have come through. That'll be into J4. 3-3. Use it on 3-3. They're just running. Plasma getting like a little bit of damage. It's only 42. Sure, that'll be into 3-3. He's in trouble. He needs some help now. They're still looking for Jerax, but these units won't do enough. And they're going to back up 3-3. And is chasing him down. They have the shrine up. It's going to be close. The dust is there. They can break the Lincoln Sphere. They have the lasso up and available. On the other side, Milan and J4 will get back, but they are forced to buy back onto Milan, and Roche might be the option here for OG.
Yep, Lycan's got a heal. He doesn't have ult for 15 seconds, but they don't really do Roshan too fast, do they?
I
guess
think so.
Bloodseeker does it pretty fast with the Blood Rage Weaver with the bugs, but not fast enough.
Yeah, they're waiting outside the pit. And reconvening as Hellraisers. They still have Ravage for OG. They still have Lasso for Hellraisers, but they've used a couple of other ults. Darkness is up. Jerax is running in. I think they've spotted him. They have pinged him out. They're going to take the Ancients on the other side for OG. Oh, this is getting interesting. They're going to head into the Roche pit. Silvercrest now coming out. This will go down quick, and I don't know if there's any way you can get into this pit against Ravage. It's getting low.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but I feel like they have to fight this. They're smoked up. They want to fight this.
They need Firefly. They've got it. They have Lasso ready. Resolution. He's still got that Lincoln Sphere up. Plasma Field. They're going to try to break it. Rupture onto Kaiser. Static Link. He's just going to stay there. Can they finish this? They might be able to. They're looking for Rapture. They've got actually the Aegis. 3-3 will get it. And the Ice Path and Dual Breath coming out with the Macro Pyre. Resolution's getting low. He's got the time lapse. They're going to lose Kaiser though on the other side. That is huge. They'll try to fight with 3-3. Shapeshift up. It looks like OG might take this fight. The Aegis is gone. And there it is. The Ravage. The big play from OG. 3-3 now, caught with no shapeshift. He will fall, and OG taking a critical fight. There's no buyback. 60 seconds for both of the cores, and they'll fight another. 4 dead. OG might be able to do this. They might be able to bring it back.
Yep, look at this bottom lane. 2 bamboos, clean it up before it does too much damage to the towers. My God, what even happened to that fight?
I don't know.
This Rupture is doing so much work in fights, man. Rupture on the Razor in every fight that he just sits there and dies.
Yeah, he realizes he needs a Lincoln Sphere now, but even that might not save him. Wow. Here they go. 38 seconds without the Lycan. There is a glyph. They'll use it for the tier 2. Either way, they're going to have to use it at some point. And for now, 20 seconds without the Razor. Maybe with him they could do the work. There is no Ravage. Maelstrom up for Resolution now. Cheese is on the deck. They dropped it. It looks like they're going to give it to... Oh, actually... Wow. Okay. Here they go. No Tail pushing in. Aghanim Scepter. They're going to take the tier 3 and back. Not over yet, but OG. They take a critical blow against Hellraisers here.
Yep, nicely played there. They even forfeited the Roshan kill, but it doesn't matter. They know they can take the fight afterwards. Razor just sits there, Ruptured, has to use his BKB eventually, and it's just... He's got no real escape at that point.
They have the gem now for Bambo, the kid. They're moving out of the base. There's no dire vision, and interestingly enough. But they'll see J4 here in the mid lane pushing the wave out. Is there a smoke on any one of these heroes? I don't think so. No, there isn't. But they'll just push out together. Arcane Rune at the top rune spot. And OG, what are they going to do here? They have now a 12k net worth advantage. It seemingly came out of nowhere after that fight, but they got so much there. What was once an even game, now going heavily in OG's favor.
Yep, but at least HR. I mean, this game is still like one fight is going to decide this game. Both teams have open bases, no tier 3 towers.
One fight.
In some of these lanes, and it's just like, but you know, OG know this is happening, right? Tidehunters are standing in the front. How do they get behind this monster?
Well, they really can't. Honestly, they did a really good job of broken his Lincoln Sphere a couple of times, but since that point, they've kept him alive. He's got the time lapse off, and he's been unkillable. And more importantly, No Tail, again, like you mentioned, the double rupture is monstrous. It's just ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, it is, and he's going to be hitting 25 soon. And by the way, that 25 talent on Bloodseeker is so good. Blood Right cooldown.
Yeah, it is huge. And Kaiser forced to go for the buyback status. Probably not very good. J4 and back up towards the ramp here. The only person that has buyback on the Radiant will be Bambo with the Bat Rider, and he has the gem too.
Yeah, but he desperately wants to get that BKB instead of have to use the buyback, because right now there are team fights where he goes in, looks for this Weaver, and then it takes so long that S4 is able to counter-initiate with the Blink Ravage. Like, they were able to set up some ganks on the Lincoln Weaver, but in team fights it's so much more difficult.
Yeah, it is tough. Oh, he's so strong, S4. They can bring him down, but it takes some effort.
It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of damage stolen on the Razor to actually bring him down. And this is the kind of build like it has to go for to cast Blade Mail. These are not carry up.
You gotta rely on Kaiser, I think. But he, again, the double rupture, it affects him maybe the most, but he does have the Blade Mail at the very least, so. Lasso, they'll find the Tidehunter, but he's pretty far. Ice Path coming in, right on top. Kaiser coming with the BKB. No table use has been used. They've got the silence, but they're also now down. You get some extra pressure, though, for HR on this bottom tier 2 tower.
Yeah, but they're actually going to take it pretty quickly, so even though they use cooldowns, they don't really get any kills. Tier 2 tower is quite nice, but OG, they're running down here.
They're running so fast. Jerax is looking for a boulder smash. They'll get the tower. Good blink away. But Jerax, he's got a boulder smash at the ready. He'll find Milan. No. Did they for the TP? Realizing the boulder smash is gone. 2 tower, and they get out. What a play from Hell.
More time for them to farm. And, you know, helps Lincoln Sphere, right? When he BKBs on Lincoln, so he'll be able to block one rupture. They could use the second rupture on him, but I don't feel like they'd want to do that because then they don't have anything for this Lycan.
Yeah, and then he just runs at you and slaps you down.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
So, what do you think about the late game as we enter the 44-minute mark here? What are your thoughts between HR and OG?
So right now I worry that HR is not going to have very much damage to kill this Tidehunter pretty soon. He's building into the Shiva's Guard. Scan, actually. They see Kaiser.
Yeah.
He does have BKB TP.
He needs to go. He's just going to go for the TP.
It's time to get out.
He's going to make it away just in time. He was close, but they won't find him. Man.
Yep, nicely done. Yep, I just feel like they don't really have enough damage. They're starting to hit that point where their damage is falling off, right? Look at the defensive items they have to build. BKB, Lincoln's AC on the Razor, which is pretty normal for Razor because he builds up his damage throughout these long team fights anyways, but then you look at Lycan, and he's got Solar Crest, Vlad's, Blade Mail, and he's going for a BKB next. It's just so many defensive items.
Yeah, if the game goes long enough, maybe he builds more into the right click and he can get to that point. But for now, it is going to be tough. They'll keep the waves pushed in bottom. The Jakiro spells have been critical. The Ice Path, the Macro Pyres, the Liquid Fire. I feel like J4's had a great impact on this game.
Oh yeah, big time. And he's also picked up a...
Yeah. So there, he's going to continue to push in bottom. His force is... The amount of damage he pumps out and locking him down is still going to be difficult because of the BKB and the tension, Brax.
Big time. Both teams looking at Roshan right now.
1 minute away at least. 11k lead for OG, and it came after that fight where they took pretty much 4 or 5 heroes of Hellraisers. There is the Aghanim Scepter for Jerax. The amount of saves he can do with this particular item should be insane. And they're going to push out to mid. Wolf is going to scout things out, though. I don't think there's a gem on the Dire. In fact, no, there's not. There's only one on the Radiant for Bambo. He's had it for some time. They're setting up mid, interestingly enough, but I think it's just Bambo right now. Everybody else is moving across the map. Underneath the ward, where Fly might sentry. In fact, he's got to buy a gem first. So there it is. As I talk about it, they'll pick up the gem for OG.
Yep, it's definitely that point of the game where they need that gem so they can remove the vision from HR. They've been dodging it a lot with these wolves, getting a lot of information, but I mean, this game comes down to next Roche, it feels like. Both teams can still win this. It is a 12k gold lead for OG, but I don't know, these fights still don't seem that easy, especially when Razor gets a nice long link off, almost 25 now as well.
Yeah, this is still difficult. And the thing that makes it even more difficult is Milan picked up a Blink Dagger. I'm assuming a Blink in Silence on like get better control, more mobility for the Night Stalker. It's definitely not a bad item.
No, not at all. It'd be really nice if he could get that Blink Silence off on the Tide Hunter and then they just ignore the Tide and try to fight everyone else. Silence right now, no Lotus Orbs or Greaves or anything like that.
That's true. And that could be huge, actually. You just ignore the Tide, lay into somebody else, especially like the Weaver or the Bloodseeker. Here we go. HR don't have all of their heroes here. They need to be careful. Vision-wise, they don't really see each other. Fly finally spots out one. Resolution, looking for J4, 2 hits, breaks the Lincoln Sphere. They've got the last one, but where's the damage? Static Link coming out, the Ice Path, Resolution, he gets off the time lapse though. Still a lot of damage to be done. They're on top of a few heroes, including Fly the Rubik. They've lost one. Can they get anybody else? Good Ravage, and they'll keep them alive now. They're gonna try to turn this fight, and they're looking for the Lycan. They'll meantime take down at least one, and that's the Night Stalker. They're looking for S4. Pipe will be popped. I cannot believe they're not going to get much more out of this fight. Although, here they go. Looking for Rezo. He's got the gem. The Firefly. But the double force away, and he will get out. Now the Static Link got to S4. They're slapping him down. A lot of damage. No. They will back up on the back lines. No Tail is speeding on away as he's at full HP. It is a 1-for-1 trade and a fight that I thought would go well for Hellraisers. But again, they just couldn't kill Resolution in time.
Only a 1-for-1. They were so close to killing Resolution there if they were able to kill him. I mean, I don't see how they could lose that. I guess maybe Rezo would buy back and time-lapse back in, but still. I mean, everything looked like it was going right, and then he just barely survived. I think Jerax force-staffed him, and then kicked him or something. He has the Aghanim Scepter picked up now too. Oh, big link Kaiser.
He's got a BKB TP, and now that means Roshan might be theirs for the taking as it is about to spawn. That was a bold play. BKB, Hastrud, he does not want to lose this gem. Bambo, what are you doing? The Rupture's coming out. He has no TP. He's in a lot of trouble. He's on the high ground. They're going to try to take him down. And maybe he's juked them. They're pinging him out. No, he's going to lose this gem. Bambo stayed way too long. He's down for 70 seconds. That's the gem as well. OG, this is the perfect time. They're going to take Roshan.
Gem, no buyback. Roshan's looking pretty free here.
Does he have it sometime soon? Nope, 500 gold away. So it's a gold limiting factor, not a time limiting factor for Bambo.
They are all still here though. Maybe they still want to try this.
No Ravage, they're going in. They have the Static Link coming through. The Lincoln Spheres, one uses the one Rupture. Now Jerax is going to fall. Gems on the deck. All right, they got it back. Can HR continue on here? S4, that's the target. 3-3 is going to back up. There's the Swarm coming in. They'll just take these bugs down. S4, No Tail, and everybody looking across the river. They're going to jump in. Lincoln Sphere, they've got the silence. Shikuchi away, though, and he's so speedy. He's level 25. He's got the 200 Shikuchi speed movement. So he's out of there.
Yeah. Man, oh man. All right, somehow they turned around. Jerax tried the Stone Remnant, the Razor, but the passive from the Unstable Current made him so slow he couldn't get in and kick him out.
Dude, this is getting insane.
Unfortunate.
There's the BKB from 3-3, but he actually really just needs a Lincoln Sphere, too, to be honest.
Yeah, they all need so many items to even begin building damage items, it feels like.
It's 2:40 until night, 60 seconds until darkness, and they now have the Bat Rider up. This is one of the most tense Roche I've seen. If OG gets this, the game might just end. If HR gets this, this game extends. There's a 12k net worth advantage for OG. Oof. Who's going to find
12k net worth advantage, but it doesn't feel like that, right? They've got a lot of items, but they still actually have a really difficult time fighting. Even when the Ravage comes out, it's always like a saving Ravage, right? To reset the fight, so hopefully we can get the time lapse off. They never really get a whole bunch of damage going out when that happens.
If they can find an S4 initiation Ravage, then you'll be in. They'll be ready to go. Kaiser, by the way, static linking a full illusion at this point. He has 336 damage. And guess where he's headed? Roshan is already low. You've got to make a move now. Ravage is available. S4 looking to come in. He's got Blink. J4 forced out. There's the Blood Right. They've got the Lincoln Sphere on No Tail broken. There's the BKB. Ice Path coming in as well. Lots of BKBs. They won't go for Roche. Instead, they're looking to fight. 3-3 is in trouble. Spell stolen. And they're going to try to get this kill, and they should. And now they've got another Rupture. Kid in trouble. They're going to lose him as well. 2 down. OG are doing it. Now the Ravage comes through. Kaiser's alone. They can just look and watch as their teammate goes down. The Razor will drop. 3 dead. No Tail gets the double kill and beyond godlike, and that is going to be Roche. And perhaps a lot more here, Brax.
Yep, this is definitely the beginning of the end here if they manage to get this first put Milan. He's got a blink, maybe. Nope.
No way.
Not gonna happen.
He's even gonna die here too. I think he had the gem, and he's now down. So.
No, we've actually seen so many crazy Roshan steals over the last few days.
It's true, actually.
A whole bunch.
I can't even keep them all straight at this point. There's so much Dota happening, to be honest.
That is true. Dota pretty much 24/7 right now. And alright, Razor buys back.
This is going to be difficult for Hellraisers. They're on their last gasp here, and OG looking to finally take a series, a best-of-5 series, 3-2. Resolution as well. These guys are mega strong. They itemized well, and this is going to be Rax. Glyph will come out. Resolution has an MKB on the way as well. And they are going to take this Rax. There is a tier 2 top, so they'll have to move bottom if they want to go again. But they're going to just back up, go for the tier 2, play it safe for OG. And they might go high ground with this Aegis. They should have cheese as well. They do. It's on No Tail. All right. Do they keep going? It is daytime. They don't have Ravage. Not for 72 seconds. Maybe they back up here. They have Rezo.
Yeah, I think they're going to back up here. Bloodseeker has 6,000 gold on him. Tidehunter's got 5,000 gold on him. Time to wait for their cooldown, spend their cash, and then regroup afterwards.
There's the darkness, but at this point, they've already backed up for OG. What a series this has turned into. A best-of-5 going all 5 games. HR, 23k net worth and Resolution is just, he's so farmed.
Insanely farmed. And all of them are now, too, even No Tail's Bloodseeker. This Midas, man, every game we see the hand of Midas. Just whatever hero buys it skyrockets at the end of the game. It's like, they're doing okay, they get a Midas, and then, 5 minutes later, they're sitting at the top of the net worth for pretty much the remainder of the game.
It was unbelievable how some of these fights were so one-sided for HR, but once No Tail got that Aghanim Scepter, that's when things turned, I think, is at that point. Because he got the double ruptures off. They would get pretty much the, they'll break it. They'll use the rupture again. Kaiser, BKB TP, should be okay. Yeah, he'll make it out.
Alright, he's got him. That's 1 rupture on cooldown. Yep.
Okay, we will see.
Not a big deal though, right? I mean, BKB, that cooldown's much more important than the rupture. It looks like OG are just going to go right down to bottom lane here.
There's a ward outside, which will scout things out for Hellraisers. They're going to set up a defense. Doesn't look like there's any split push coming this time from OG. They're just trying to force the high ground. There's a really low tier 3 tower bottom. Firefly looking for Rezo perhaps. Shikuchi's not going to be down here in a moment, but he's so fast. S4 can also jump in with Ravage. Again, that BKB is down for another 18 seconds on the Razor. Buyback status. Nobody on the Radiant has it. Everybody without buyback. They just dares, and they'll be going to Croatia. He has no boots. Going to work on the range racks. Takes some damage. He still has the Aegis, though. They're forced back. They're going to have to heal him. He'll time-lapse, actually, just to make sure he can heal back up. And maybe they can go again with another creep wave. But a lot of damage done to the range racks. Half HP now. They get the ward, too.
This is, when this kind of happens, teams get to... Oh, just kidding. Here we go. Blink Lasso.
JRX going to get brought in. Here comes 3-3 with the BKB pop. They're looking for it. The Rupture goes as well. Ice Path will catch him. It's a 1-for-0 trade so far. Rupture comes out as well. Kaiser can't chase 3-3. Just running with a Blade Mail, but it's not doing nearly enough damage. No Tail, still fighting fit. Here we go, BKB from Kaiser. Rupture still on him, now looking for S4. Static Linking, great double Ice Path coming in as well. Good Flame Break back. Plasma Field, Resolution, silence up. He's going to lose the Aegis, but that's it for now. Blink in Ravage, counter initiation. They need more damage, but No Tail, he's not in the fight, and they're going to have to back up. The Ice Path will miss. S4 is going to try to run 4-step away. There's the Firefly coming in. BKB from Fly, or rather, excuse me, from the Kid, trying to find this fight. S4 still on the run. Bloodright coming in, and that will cover the path of retreat for OG. They will back up and away. They will only lose JRX right now. Maybe they can get something else here for Hellraisers. Good blink away. They didn't have the damage. Looking for a void. They'll find it on the fly. Now the Shiva's Guard. They want to reinitiate. Silence coming in. That'll be under the Tidehunter. Shapeshift again. They've got the Rupture. Back up. Another great double Ice Path. S4 forced out of the low ground. Fly. He's in trouble, but he's got the Ghost Scepter. No Tail. So damn fast. BKB. Resolution as well. These are the speediest guys on Earth. They've got the great blood right. They're turning it around. No Tail is low. Almost getting brought down, but he's alive. He speeds on away in 3-3. He'll have to bop his BKB, and he's going to lose his life as well. No buyback on the Razor. They get another. It's a 3-for-2 trade. 3-3's trying to get up, but he's got no TP, and Resolution will just chop him down. In the meantime, J4 getting chased down. They will buy back on No Tail, who did end up getting brought down at the end of the fight by Bambo, but with 4 dead and no buybacks, OG, they know this is their time.
My god, yep, and who's got buyback on the Radiance here? Lycan does not, Razor also does not. Alright, Nightstalker doesn't either, it's just the, no, Jakiro either, that's it.
Yep.
There are no buybacks available.
Oh, yeah. This is just a free racks bottom, and perhaps this series 3-2 for OG. They just need to finish off a couple more buildings. The tier 4s included. 70 seconds without the raise, your biggest damage dealer. Night Stalker will be back up, but it is 3 minutes and 50 seconds from Night. He does have the darkness. They're going to have to do this with 2 heroes for the next 40 seconds, and that seems highly unlikely as there are 4 up for OG, and they are all very strong. Scotty now up for resolution. He'll send it out to him as can. He finds the Bat Rider. He will have buyback, though. He's ready to go. And he's back into the fray now. Milan just sitting there. Resolution goes for the BKB. Just looking for Milan, and he's going to find the kill. Down for 69. That's going to be a GG. OG will move on to Croatia. They will qualify from Europe here in a best-of-5 series, going all 5-game series, and OG will take it.
What a series, Mods. I can't believe that the underdogs, Hellraisers, almost pulled out the G. It was actually really close. There were a couple good games, really, really good games in this series, and you know, they're not going to the minor. There's still a ton of from playing a team as good as OG.
Yes, that is true. You can't be too upset if you're Hellraisers. They were so close at one point, but OG just outlasted them. They got the items they needed, and congratulations to them. So, damn, dude, but that series was crazy. That series was nuts, especially that last game at the beginning. You got to give them credit, but OG just the stronger team at the end there.
Yep, definitely. Both teams looked very, very good. OG takes this one. Maybe Hellraisers will come back next time.
That is true. There is going to be more qualifiers, guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg, right? So many qualifiers happening at once. I'm sure there's going to be more options and more chances for Hellraisers coming in. They look so damn good, especially with the addition of Bambo. But with that said, we will head out of here. We really appreciate you guys watching. If you want to watch more DotaPit action, there are the NA semis and grand finals going in as we speak over at twitch.tv/DotaPit2, which I'm sure they will switch over to here at some point on this main DotaPit channel. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Tier 3, static link, it doesn't go very long, but now they've got the silence. They have the buyback coming from the Bat Rider. There's the Ice Path. Can they get Rezo? The pushback, it saves his life. Oh, Jerax is there, and now you've got to get out for HR. You still have this Aegis, and they will use it. They jump into the Ice Path. They're looking for Liquid Fire. Jerax is getting low. That is just the Aegis gone, and now 3-3 is starting to fight as well, but he's low. This is looking really bad for HR and OG. They're turning it around. Ravage is not up for another 2 seconds. Finally, it is. Maybe he'll commit the Ravage here. A double kill for No Tail. 3 down. What a fight coming in. They'll take 4. The sole survivor is going to be Kaiser and OG. They turn it around again.
Oh my god, Mods. The beginning of that forward up on the high ground, but OG were already ready for it. They had a sentry there. They saw it. And they all started walking up. Bambo blinked in on top of Resolution's Weaver, and he tried to break the Lincolns with his force staff, but he clicked himself. He was in front of all their
Oh no!
Instantly.
No,
and then
Bambo.
he bought back, came back to try to salvage the fight, and died again.
Oh my god! You don't expect that to happen. That's not good for Bambo. The large rupture coming out. It will have the AC on the Razor at the very least. Also not used there for OG. So now things get a bit dicey for HR. They've done OG, and now it's a 3K net worth lead. This is starting to look a little bit more tough as there's a lot more farm coming out for Rezo as well.
Yeah, that mistake up there was not looking... I don't know what. That was so bad. They had a pretty good opportunity to take the fight, and they just happened to mess it up a little bit, and now they're on the back foot here.
It's one fight like that OG can capitalize on, but can HR bounce back? They're still farming. Resolution's nearby. He has the Lincoln Sphere again. We've got a couple of deep wards for OG. J4 looking like a juicy target. Glimmer Cape to come in. Resolution, they'll dust him up. There's the Ice Path. Doesn't get off in time. J4 is in a whole lot of trouble. I think he's just dead, actually. Ice Path comes out. His team won't help. They have to run. They're afraid of the Bloodseeker with Bloodright. And now it's split push time for HR.
You know what the worst part about all these events are? Look at the wards on HR. They're all inside the base of OG on their side of the map, ready for this high ground push, and now they've been kicked out of that area. Now it's them playing on their side of the map with no vision.
Oh, man, that mistake, the Bambo jump in. Not great. All right, well, where do you go from here? I guess... Well,